I can't believe COVID was like 6 years ago. That's just crazy. Those years during COVID was like the fastest years. I can't remember so much about any significance I had during that time. It was the start of my freshman year, which kind of sucked. I came from a different school, so I was terrified. But the feeling of just being home and chronically being online was actually not that bad. It was actually probably the best months of my life. And little did I know that after the coming months that I would revitalize a game which literally gave me sentience. Roblox. Yes, this is the game. This online multiplayer was actually the birth of my online experience. Now. Let's get the elephant out of this room. Now, as the current state of Roblox, things are absolutely not looking great. At all. All these gooners and RPS and are just getting way out of hand. Anyways, we're just gonna go back. Like, way back. Way back before we got into this mess. We're gonna go back to the year 2015. Now, 2015. Roblox at the time was gaining some ground. And I think around this time, Tix was still a thing. Now, for all the little babies and goobers that don't know what that is, Roblox essentially had two credit systems. Robux and Tix. Robux was and still is the main currency of Robux, where all the rich people fed on. On the other hand, there was Tix, where you generate free credits for every login. So basically just daily rewards. Now, as a kid, I didn't really keep good track on Tix, and I never really used them as great. But when I got my first Robux card, wow. Holy sh! Being a player with just a few pockets of cents. Now, I wasn't a noob anymore. No. I had some gear and I felt literally respected. It literally felt like I was 100 level freaking mafia boss, dude. Like, I felt like I was on a different level. Now, the games back then were classic. Some of the games that I used to play still have a huge or small following. And one of the games that I consider to be an absolute classic was Work at the Pizza Place. This game was the first open world player driven survival RPG that was freaking revolutionary at its time. First, you select your job. Then, you pick your role. Then you will work at the pizza place. Yeah. Now, it was at best, for the best experience for this, is when you were 9. Anything past that age, you essentially just ruined the experience. Because it just feels like you're playing FNAF Pizza Simulator. Now, there were other critically acclaimed titles, such as Robloxing High School, Lumber Tycoon 2, Roblox Death Run, Flee the Facility, Broken Bones 2, Pokemon Brick Bronze, yada yada. This list is extensive, and other titles that I've missed, but for the ones that I missed, I know that for some of them, they aren't the brightest now as it was before. Roblox didn't really have much of a filter back then. That was hilarious. You could literally just sail your mouth like anytime. But we're talking about a bunch of 7 and 10-year-olds playing Roblox. So the best way was to come up for like a bad like insult was just saying shut up or F you, but it's literally misspelled. I think what definitely brought everyone together and like everyone just locked in was definitely the Roblox events. It was getting those freaking items, and I was the one that was feeling it the most. Egg hunt, Halloween, winter, all that. Like I would stay up. I remember like egg hunt, and I would just remember just staring at the computer, literally trying to watch YouTube live at the earliest morning, trying to literally figure out where this egg is. Come on, come on, please. From 2015 to 2018, I literally felt like it was the golden age of Roblox, where all the events and games and communities were kind of just new. There wasn't really anything controversial except for just hackers, you know? Now, fast forward, 2020. COVID happened. The platform gained a lot of recognition the past 2 years. And I awkwardly sat there on the side looking at the platform that it was just way past me now. But, I mean, I couldn't really do anything around besides just being in my room. So, back at the grind after taking a break. What the fuck? Now, I don't recall how much time I took from when I left, but I remember the reason was because that in 2016, they removed ticks. And I think that's, I guess, slowly started really dictating why I just took a break, because there were just so many things that was happening in Roblox that was changing. And I remember also like Arthro was a real thing, and that absolutely devastated me. But I think the reason why I left was because just life was happening, I guess. So, but going back felt unexpectedly kind of comforting. Now, the website has changed dramatically, like a complete overhaul. UGC things were kind of coming about. The fact that voice chat was also in development, it just never really felt to be true. I remember going and replaying some of the games. It really felt like everything else was either gone, almost dead, or still relevant. Now, I try to keep a really open mind to this. Things have changed, and there's always something good when you're just looking at the right direction. So I figured I'd play what all these other games that these kids were playing. And honest to God, it could be worse. Simulator games were like the foot of its catalog. Like literally, name an activity and it just add the word simulator, and I'm pretty sure that thing existed. But if you looked a little bit deeper, there were actually like really good games that really reinvented the core of Roblox games. Now, I'm not gonna list all the games, nor do I want to talk about all the newer games. I don't think it's about that. I think it's just that I'm realizing that nothing will ever stay the same, because everything was really meant to change. Yes, like it's absolutely terrible where things are at, and I am not going to deny that. But there's also like the bright side of things too. And there's a plethora of games that really elevate that experience. And I still feel like there's that same feeling when I started to play. Even after 11 years in this platform. Despite all the worst things that are just happening, I know that there's people out there that really try to put out the best and really just try to keep that spark alive. And it shows. And sometimes I even saw myself in those games, and someone that was 9 I would really see a lot of impact when they were my age. So, yeah,